Peace. Speaking easy with the coach. Coach's Crate Chronicles. I don't know if you can see the crates in the background. As usual. See some Tone Loc, some Step Into the AM, some Cypress Hill, you remember Black Moon from the last time I got Mr. Barbosa. No Complexes sitting up here. Peace to Chino. But you hear what is going on. This is about late September. And we are now chronicling Coach's Crate Chronicles. Main source, Breaking Adams. Not for nothing, this was, in most of our eyes, this was the only main source album that ever got put out. There was another main source album that got put out, but Large Professor was not part of the group. So for many of us true blue main source fans, this is the only album that got put out, the only real main source album that got put out. Peace to Mikey D, who filled in for Large Pro. But anyway, this album right here, hear me when I say, I'm turning on the back because I need to see, and I gotta take my glasses off because these eyes ain't no good. But this album was put out, I would like to say it was 1990? 1991. I apologize. 1991. This album got put out. What I remember was they were on Rap City, and Large Pro said, we're producing the Eric B. and Rakim album, you know what I'm saying? And we also gonna produce that Kool G Rap album, you know what I'm saying? But then we got our own album coming out, Breaking That. And I was like, these guys got some heavy weight going on, and who knows them? Like, Eric and Rod, they producing Eric B. and Rakim, really? And Large Professor did. That's another story. I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, in regard to this album, this is my favorite song on this album, but I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to come back to it. So, all said, when they came out, when they dropped this album, it was, first off, there's a couple of reasons I absolutely love this album. One is, it's not too long. I believe it is 12 tracks, 11 to 12 tracks. To me, that was always the sequel. When folks started dropping 18 to 20 tracks, I don't care if they were interludes, it was too much. It was too much. But the breaks, oh my God, it was like, it wasn't, they had breaks where you didn't even have a full song. They just sampled it for a little break, and then after that, song kicked in. And again, you had your rhymes, you had your breaks, this, that, and the other. But while we have not heard, like from me playing this, let me tell you, Large Professor, the digger that he is, the producer that he is, the DJ that he is, Large Professor is the illest MC.
Enables us to get around town. He's a clown. Other than that, I'm with Joe Burgos, watching old Black Caesar flick for kicks, jumping the Wagoneer.
And he really just took us. It didn't matter if you were from Left Rack out in Queens, if you were from Newark, New Jersey, if you were from Los Angeles, Miami. It didn't matter where you from. You could relate to, especially if you were from New York, I'll admit. But you could relate to so many things he talked about. Hanging out, just to hang out and hustle with my friends. You had to relate to that. And then when he had the song with the girl, listen, man, let me tell you, my brother Black 45, he will swear up and down this was the anthem when you were a kid and if you had your little girlfriend or whatever.
We fight every night. Now that's not kosher. I reminisce with bliss of when we was closer and wake up to be greeted by an argument again. You act like a 10, so immature. I try to concentrate on the cure and keep looking at the front door.
I'm not even playing it, man. I remember when I heard that on the radio, it came on maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, wow, this is nice. And I didn't hear the whole album. I was like, oh my God, this is just so nice, the stuff he was saying. And I guess I was about 20, 21 at that time anyway. So I was feeling this song. Looking at the front door was ridiculous. But like I said, also they had the breaks. Again, Large Pro was ill as an MC. He always comes off as being that beat maker. He's ill as the MC. And this song called Large Professor, he just was so ill as the MC. Remember, he's the only MC in this group. So lyrically, he had his breaks, his samples and this and that, but in drums, lyrically, he pulled the whole album, at least the whole first, he pretty much pulled his whole album by himself. This song, the next one that is, it was Lou Donaldson, Potbelly, I believe is the name of the break. And I'd heard many people use it, but oh my God, this was like the best. It was called Just a Friendly Game of Baseball.
Plus I wanna switch sides and step up to the baddest box. Fuck red and white, I got on black socks. But let him shoot a person from the White Sox. What's the call? Foul ball.
And the song is not even about baseball, it's about police brutality. And that's what just always got me. It was so creative, and then I like the break.
And let him cough up blood like phlegm. It's grim.
You probably can't hear the bass line the way it is. I could turn it like that, but I'm not gonna get into turn the bass line up. But I mean, they was killing it. Now, K-Cut. Sir Scratch is the brother that was put into the group because his mother wanted him in the group. K-Cut was the DJ. But I mean, it had so many elements. You had the breaks, the sample breaks. You had Large Professor and his lyrics. This unbelievable. And then they had your traditional DJ cut song where you didn't have any lyrics. You just had the beat and the DJ was cutting. This album, man, listen, that's just side one. That's just side one. Side two, when they had Pieces Not the Word to Play. And it gave you the idea, because I remember a lot of times Large Professor would say, yeah, y'all be cool, but he wouldn't say peace. So he was trying to say so many people would say peace, and they didn't really mean peace.
You bring that beat out, fuck him too. What a brother from a certain way of life explained to me once. He didn't realize the fact that he and myself were brothers on the same boat. Now last month he got him done. That's all she wrote. So,
just the things he was saying in regard when he said that, he's basically saying people use the word peace and it's the wrong usage of the word peace. And I think it took everybody whereby we all thought about saying peace, and it was like, we mean it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, whatever, peace. I think a lot of times we really looked at that song in particular, and it was like, you know what, when you say peace to somebody, say peace it up, everything is good. I'll tell you now, I heard about Pete Rock, but I really didn't heard anything.
Sing and shake their thing at the same time. But can't rhyme. They probably think that it's...
This was the song where I heard Pete Rock. Pete Rock produced that, by the way. And that was the first song that really I realized Pete Rock's production with his drums and everything, and it was real sharp. He said Pete Rock beats sharper than cleats. And it was. And and I'm not even going to get into that, but the fact that you're Large Professor and Pete Rock is one of your beat buddies, so to speak, is, man... It was nice. And this one was kind of like, it was cool. He got so much soul, he don't need no music. I'll tell you now, when I heard that song and I heard the Eric B. and Rakim album, I said, and when I heard the Kool G Rap album, I said, yeah, he definitely produced, because this had that sound. You know who this is.
Speaking real words, my thoughts react like Steven Spielberg's poetry and text. Paragraphs punch hard, my brain is insane. I'm out to lunch guard. Nasty
Nas for the first time, live at a barbecue. I'm not even going to play Akinelli. I'm not even going to play all the other parts of that song. That was the first time we ever heard Nas. Unbelievable. And then we closed it off. Album closed off with Watch Roger Do His Thing.
Got a bunch of rich friends, and that's where his ghetto life ends. He goes around the projects he lived in once in a while. Sees the brothers that was yelling and cracking.
This is the first, actually, that was the first release they put a video out for. But, I mean, this album right here, like the way we would, you know, it was like a couple weeks ago I did Black Moon Enter the Stage. And a lot of people, they got a lot of reaction. People say, oh man, that album just changed me as an MC, as a producer. This album right here, it really, for me, it couldn't get enough play in my car. I mean, constantly I had the tape. Yeah, we had tapes, not CD, well, or MP3. Constantly it got play. So believe me when I say, this album right here, you vibing with Koach's Chronicles. This album right here, you are speaking easy with the Koach. Easy. Respect. Oh, yeah. Got on my other Tame One shirt. Peace to Ma D. I don't wear this one that much. I wear the other one more. Got to get me some more. It's getting cold out here. I need some long sleeves. But I'm going to put in information. Manager Ma D at Gmail. If you need you a shirt, it's good to go. Speaking easy with the Koach. Be easy. Peace. For real, peace is not the word to play.